Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
We most certainly can.
And we're back.
What up, y'all? Welcome back after a long hiatus. We are back, and it's because we all right. So if you watch, that last pod, we said we'll be right back on January.
We're not missing no episode.
4th or 3rd, whatever. I don't know. We gave a date, and it was like
we're not gonna miss no.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we good. We good.
Don't worry, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Now it's been like 2 months.
Whoa.
I know, it
We
hasn't been
haven't
2
quite
months.
got into 2 months yet.
Nah, we had a Christmas episode, remember?
We did have a Christmas
That's
episode.
when bitch stole my look, remember?
Exactly, when you showed up in my outfit.
I didn't.
You showed up in my outfit.
I definitely did not.
The people spoke, okay?
That's aggressive.
And the people said, yo, that wind outside.
Yeah, the window just was like...
It is treacherous out there.
Yeah. So,
We're
do
back.
we got some splaining to do. It's me. I'm the problem.
It's me. Hi.
Right.
I'm the problem. It's me.
It's me. So,
Thank you, Taylor Swift.
no problem.
It's the only time you're ever going to hear Taylor Swift on this podcast.
I mean, you never know. That's the second time. We spoke
Well,
about the Ticketmaster stuff.
Well, that's true. That's true. She's getting too much shine here.
It's true. It's not our cup of tea.
No.
So,
no.
all right, so some transparency. So first, we did the pod,
Yeah,
and that was right before Christmas.
right.
And then Christmas happened, and I got sick.
Yeah.
The COVIDity.
The COVID.
It got me.
Happened. Yeah.
Yep. And then it was a real nigga's birthday. You feel what I'm saying? And so,
Uh-huh.
it was my birthday.
He was out in the streets.
I had COVID immunity. Y'all.
Y'all see what happens when people get COVID? Everybody just runs them up.
Yo.
I have not experienced this, by the way.
I was outside.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I was outside. And let me tell y'all, I was having a good old time.
I bet you were.
Yeah, so
I
it's
bet
me.
you were. Mhm.
Anybody watching, if you're like, yo, what the fuck happened to the pod?
Right.
JD was out there shaking his ass too much.
Well, and then I got sick for about 2 weeks.
I wasn't going to put it out there.
I mean, but it is what it is. Since you put your
Being transparent?
virus on blast, so
Oh, shit.
I was a
I
little,
got to find a song title with virus in it.
well, I went on vacation
You did.
and then I got sick.
That's true, too.
So I guess we can share some of the.
This is
blame.
the sickly pod.
Right. I think we're good now.
All right. We're having a real conversation
I
about
still don't have COVID
immunity.
Right.
You don't have COVID, no.
No.
But I'm good now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you out in
You
the
cough
street.
or sneeze, I'll move closer. If you cough or sneeze, I'll be like, all right, yeah, what's up? Let me get some of that. Bring it in.
How long you gonna be in the streets before you?
No, I'm already calming down.
Alright,
I'm reeling it in because I was doing all the wrong things. So I'm see it in double chin area. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be careful.
I was doing all the wrong
You gotta
things.
be
Wasn't
careful.
working out. Was eating out everywhere.
Oh my goodness!
It was
You
crazy.
just you did the opposite of what people do in January.
Yeah, I did the complete opposite. You see, it says rebel. So I was like, oh, everybody's
Right.
tightening up and going to the gym.
Well, this is the perfect time to
New
not
year,
be going to
New
the
year,
gym,
new you.
honestly.
Okay, I'll see y'all next month.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna be a new me too.
Oh, they're all gonna be gone by next.
Oh, it already
month.
started. I was at the
Yeah.
gym the other day and
It's empty.
it's already starting to.
It's empty again. Yeah.
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 They only get 2 weeks anyway.
Oh, right. That's the free period.
No, that's just the people.
Oh.
That's just when people are dedicated. The first
Oh.
2 weeks of January.
Yeah. It does take 2 weeks to build a habit, and
And
they
then they
probably
did.
stop going.
Yeah,
in
they be like,
10 days.
it's the 11th day.
All right.
This is getting hard. I'm sore in places I didn't know I could be sore, and This is hard work.
So
I didn't expect this much work. So.
Yeah, I mean,
So so that's what's going on, y'all.
But yeah,
But we're
Happy
back.
New Year, y'all, in
Right.
February. Happy New Year.
Yo, we ain't shit.
I mean,
That is terrible.
we back.
That is terrible.
We said we'd come back and we came back.
No,
Okay.
we back, but man, Happy New Year's in February.
Happy New Year.
And today's what? The 3rd? Damn.
Wish
Well,
y'all
they'll
well.
see this the 4th or the 5th or something.
Yeah.
But, Chris got to do his editing
Happy
thing.
Black History Month.
Happy Black. I mean, ain't Black History supposed to be 365?
Yeah, but you know they don't. We won't get into it.
Yeah, this ain't that kind of.
I got on my Hillman grad
You know,
top today. You know,
I ain't going to Hill, man.
I'm trying to.
Or are we allowed to recite Kanye's lyrics still?
I don't know what we're allowed to do with Kanye. If
Man, I'm
honest.
saying Kanye lyrics. That's it.
I do not know, but you know, the little black-owned situation here.
Me too. Me too.
For
You
Black
know?
History Month.
Me too.
Who
owns
who
this
owns
brand?
that?
I
Who
don't know,
owns
some
that?
guy.
Some guy.
Some guy that does a lot of
Shout him out.
podcasts. He does a lot of podcasts.
I mean, tell the people where they can find it.
I mean, it's in the link in my bio. If you just go to Cherry Eggplants on Instagram.
And we'll put it in the show notes.
I keep
too.
it light, you know.
We'll put it in the show notes.
It's right in there.
For the people. I'm not
It's
gonna
called it's called Spell It. You know, if you're scrolling, there'll be a picture, but it's called Spell It.
Right.
Actually, a little fun story before we start the pod.
Okay.
The other day, I was out. I'll tell you, I've been out.
You told me.
So I went to see a really shitty movie, which maybe we could talk about. But anyway,
Yeah.
I went to see a really bad movie.
Uh-huh.
But I know it was bad. But before that, I said, you know, I don't want to fill up on all this popcorn and stuff.
Okay.
Let me go eat. So I got some Chipotle real quick.
Chipotle.
And I was at the counter, and there was a... Ooh, how are we supposed to say this now?
Oof.
There was a male presenting woman. Is that the proper way to say it?
Okay.
That's how you say it now, right? I be trying to be progressive and keep up, but you know, a lot of stuff be changing.
I'm not really sure.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
Yes. I know
Yeah.
you mean well. I guess they'll tell us if...
I'm trying, y'all.
You did
If that
wrong.
ain't how you say it, please let me know. But I believe that's how you say it, a male presenting young lady. And,
or masculine presenting?
oh, maybe that's it. That sounds even better.
Yeah,
Masculine
I
presenting.
think we try to separate.
Male from, oh yeah, right now.
Gender
But
and-
you know
yeah.
what, you right. That you see, you smart. High five. Excuse the left.
Listen.
Yeah, masculine presenting young lady.
Mm-hmm.
They were kicking it with somebody who was at the register. They're like, oh man, I really like your sweater. I said, oh, thanks. I made it. And they got mad serious and said, you made it? I said, yeah, I made it.
With your hands?
They were like you designed it? I said, yeah. They said, so you sell it? I said, yeah. It's like, I mean, you got an Instagram or something? Let me see what you got. What you got? Where's that?
That's amazing.
I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, I was walking out. Yeah, it's the best Chipotle ever. This is not an ad. They did not sponsor.
Had an extra kick that day, right?
Man, that Chipotle was so good that day. Yeah, I don't even know if they ordered. I didn't even check, but it was cool. Now, it was even more funny. Was out my peripheral. You know, my Instagram is kind of wild.
Oh yeah.
And so they was like,
so this is the okay.
oh,
It's funny you say that.
Oh.
It's funny you say that. It makes me think of, I don't even remember the person's name now, but I came across on Instagram these mugs that said, "I am that nigga,"
okay.
and I wanted to get it for my brother. So I went on the person's Instagram.
You start seeing some wild shit.
There was some wild shit on the internet. There was a
You
lot
like
of
that.
nudes or half nudes, or I was just shocked.
They had the V showing. They was fit.
I mean, they were fit. I think
You know what
that,
I mean by the V?
Yes, I know what you mean by the V. I
don't mean the V. I mean that V cut.
No,
that,
I
you
know.
Oh, okay.
I know what you mean.
Because you know,
I be out in the streets too.
I just wanted to make sure. You know, I don't know.
I know what you mean. No,
Because now on social media, instead of saying vagina, they say V a lot. I don't know if you've seen that.
I call it a vagina, so I don't really.
So on
I don't know.
a lot of the stuff has been censored. So like even if you're doing sexual education stuff on TikTok and Instagram and
You
Facebook,
can't say vagina.
the more things you say, the more they flag
Try to
your
flag
stuff.
it. Is it the
Because the rule is
the platforms flagging it, or is it people trolling and flagging?
It could be both. You don't ever know. You just
Okay.
know you get like a notification. This has been flagged. And then on TikTok, I will give props to TikTok. TikTok is really good with like appeals.
Yeah.
I get flagged all the time because they're supposed to be. You're only allowed to say and do certain things if it's for educational purposes. And so I've seen some sexual educators now saying in the beginning of their video, they get real close to the camera and they're like, "This is for sexual education only." I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is if you're saying certain things, then you have to make it clear that it's for that. So what happens is sometimes if it's unclear, it gets flagged. Or if hating ass haters see it, they be like, "That's what he said." how to give a clitoral orgasm. Flag.
Right.
But TikTok is really good where they'll tell you like your stuff got flagged or whatever, and you can appeal, and a lot of times in like a couple hours they'll be like, oh, we reviewed it. That's bullshit. It was back up.
Huh.
Or the opposite. Nah, you wild out.
You wild out,
And
and then-
you can't put that
yeah.
video up.
The thing that confuses me about the trolls is that, I mean, I guess they're trolls, so there's no confusion there, right? But the thing that confuses me is you could just move on.
Oh, but that's
I never
not how the
understand.
internet works.
I never understand if it's not offensive.
See, but
right?
today, offensive is anything.
I know.
You wore
But I'm
wore a
just
Hillman
thinking-
sweater? No, that offended me.
But I'm just thinking, like, some things are very distinctly offensive, right?
Bigotry, racism,
Right.
etc.
And then people, yes, can people be offended by sex? Absolutely. But also, some things are just not for you.
Well, that's the internet doesn't care about that.
It's kind of like the Instagram account I went to. I wanted a product. I wasn't there for the artistry of the
That's what we calling
Instagram
it now?
account. And that was fine. I just went to the link in the bio and I got what I needed. I wasn't offended by what I saw. It was just a little shocking for me. I'm not used to going on the internet. I don't think that's my section of the internet. That's not where I play on the internet. So I was just like, oh, well, okay then. And I got what I needed and I left.
Right.
I didn't bother to follow or anything like that because it just didn't feel like it was content for me. But it just always boggles my mind. I know how the trolls work. I understand how the trolls work.
Yeah.
I'm not
And the
even,
internet thrives on negativity.
Of course. But
So they be up there wilding. Oh man, like, you should see my YouTube comments. My YouTube comments be having me in the crib cracking up.
yeah, I've heard
The
you
hate
talk
is real.
about your YouTube comments before.
Oh, yeah, they're
You-
super
you
funny.
You like to hang out with the people in the comments.
Well, you know, I like to respond. That's what I'll say on
I
here.
know, that's what I meant.
I like to respond.
That's what I
So,
meant.
Yeah. You know, we didn't even introduce who we are. Like, if this is a
Oh.
first time watcher, listener,
Oh, hello.
they just like, who are these people talking?
Well, I'm Dashing D,
Yeah. And I'm JD, aka He Who Pods.
and this is
And
the
this
Let's
is-
Have a Real Conversation podcast.
That's what it
where,
is.
You know, we talk about music, we talk about hip hop, and
Should we tell them now? Since
we should tell them now.
All right. Go ahead.
So we're expanding the Let's Have a Real Conversation podcast.
Our topic range.
Our topic range will be a little bit more robust. So not just music. We're going to talk about a lot of things having to do with entertainment,
Yeah.
TV, movies, the things that we love,
Right.
the things that we care about. It's still going to be the things that we care about because we try to avoid the things we don't care about.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes we have to talk about those things,
Unfortunately.
like the Tory and Meg verdict that we're gonna have to talk
Right
about
now.
But we're gonna
Right now.
we're gonna breeze through it
Are we?
because I think we have to breeze. I think we can breeze through it because it happened so long ago, and we really just need to, acknowledge that it happened.
Right.
And
That's true.
I don't think we have to spend a lot of time on it, honestly.
Got you. So yeah, we're gonna do more entertainment industry stuff, not just music and hip hop current events. And so the same stuff, but a broader range because
Right.
we're broader people and we have
Right.
broader interests, not just hip hop. So yeah,
You have a great passion for movies.
I'm
a TV buff.
You are a TV head. for real.
So, we're trying to integrate some of those things and,
Yes.
just give you a more well-rounded experience. And, wherever that takes us,
That's where it takes
that's
us.
where we're going to go. We just had a whole conversation about people on the internet and,
COVIDity.
wilding out after COVID. And, that's...
Right.
That's
Which
the
they
thing.
say, it's about to be over.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Well, do we want to...
No, that's not entertaining.
Do we
That is
wanna-
entertaining, but it's not entertainment industry
Do
news.
we want to well, let's just point it out real quick.
That COVID is about to be over allegedly.
Well, the emergency, the national emergency is being lifted
In May, right?
in May.
Okay.
You won't be able to get a COVID test. Your insurance may no longer cover
not, yeah,
your reimbursed COVID test.
It definitely won't.
Well, they said that some private insurances have the option
which means they're not gonna.
They probably won't, or they'll probably charge an even higher premium for it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we don't need to get into that. I'm sure you'll get into that on Sexual Intellectual.
Maybe.
But I mean, we were talking about, the COVIDity, so why not? But people really gonna be out in the streets is my point.
Oh yeah.
In May.
Oh yeah.
Because once they lift that emergency, then it's like COVID never happened. I mean, right now it is like COVID never happened.
Oh,
but
yeah. Packed trains with no masks.
oof.
That's my favorite.
I mean, right now, yeah, because you.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Okay,
It's not my favorite.
I know, but yeah, I hate that.
Especially when someone's like open coughing or open, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's only.
It's like that hacking. I can't even mimic it because my lung capacity. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the only.
And it's like they don't even give a fuck. They just
for
like a whole 3 stops. You're like, oh, how long you gonna be coughing? What the fuck you got?
But also, those are the people who don't wear masks.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's usually them. You'll never see somebody with a mask on coughing. You know why?
Because the germs ain't on them.
Because the germs ain't on them. They've been taking care of themselves. But anyway,
We're judgy.
We are judgy. Okay.
This is a judgy pod.
This is a judgy pod.
All right, come on.
Let's get to
we done kicked it for 28 minutes.
I know. Let's get to some music. So
Megan Tory.
The verdict was announced. Tory was found guilty.
The charges were not what we thought. Let's start there.
There were 3 charges.
There were 3 charges, and that's not what widely was being reported.
Okay.
Widely, what was being reported was, did he shoot her or not?
Right.
And that's not what the 3 charges
Those weren't
were.
the 3 charges. The charges were possession of a firearm, use of force with a firearm, I believe,
and something about neglectfully using a weapon in public or some shit like that.
It was more. He caught a gun charge.
Well,
That's basically
he caught
what
a couple charges.
He caught a couple gun charges. That's basically what it was. But
fired his lawyer.
From jail because he was hauled off.
His call was leaked.
Oh, but wait. So first he gets hauled off to jail immediately.
Right.
Once the verdict is announced. He gets remanded to wherever he was on trial.
I don't know either.
Was it Brooklyn? I don't remember. And then
it couldn't have been Brooklyn. It happened in LA.
Then it was LA. I'm sorry. Because I feel like all the celebrities end up in Brooklyn. That's why I was like, wait.
The case happened in LA.
Right, you're right. And he was being sued. He wasn't being sued by Megan Thee Stallion. He was being sued by LA County. So that, yes, you're right.
Persecuted by? You mean the state versus?
The state versus, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, because being sued is different than a criminal case. Because then it's you versus me, not the state versus me.
Right, exactly.
Very different.
Right. I'm sorry.
That's like Alec Baldwin. Never mind.
Okay. I mean, we could get that.
No, it's fine. I'm ODing.
But yes, you're right. I messed that up. So he gets hauled off. His father makes a scene. And then the next...
And he was doing stuff before that.
He was doing stuff before that. Tory was even doing stuff before that. Tory was skipping into court like like he was the Teflon Don, okay?
It's not the same as the dresses. I miss the dresses.
I know. I'm gonna just get a rack and put it over there for
you. Yeah. What's a small one right here? Then I go, hey.
We're just gonna drape the leopard coat right next to you.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, yeah, he was cutting up before that, but he blamed Jay-Z, he blamed Rock Nation for
yeah.
Tory's outcome. The next morning, by the time we woke up the next morning, the phone call between Tory
Casey
Kelsey gets released. Somebody leaked it. And Tory seems very apologetic, very remorseful, very concerned about the well-being of Megan the Stallion. And Kelsey's basically like, well, she's at the hospital, and he's like, oh, he never meant to, whatever he said.
Well, he never says shoot her.
No, he doesn't.
He says, I was really
drunk.
drunk. I never meant for that to happen.
Right.
I never would want to hurt her. Tell her I'm really sorry. And Kelsey's saying like, oh, her people are already all over it. And he's saying like, oh, wait, her people? What people? her handlers, what do you mean? Like, oh, nah, we got to try to keep this on the low. And, yeah.
Right. So
we know it did not get kept on the low.
it didn't get kept on the low. And there was just a lot that went on with the trial that we don't need to go back to. A lot of things were said about Megan, and just, she wasn't on trial. She wasn't.
I mean, she was, but she wasn't.
Right. In the court of public opinion, you're always on.
But those are my glasses.
Your glasses just flew because of the. Maybe put it on the stool. Yeah, so that's basically it.
So then he got.
And I called you.
You did.
And what did I say?
I don't know. What did you say?
You know what I said. You're not gonna say it. I said, and I quote, "He did that shit."
That's what you said.
That's what I said. And I meant that shit.
I know. That's why I wasn't repeating it. I'm letting the spotlight on you. Hey, Chris, make sure the dash cam zooms in on that part.
I said, hey.
The dash cam, you know, yeah.
I said, hey, JD.
Put it on her.
I said, JD, I'm gonna send you a video. Watch the video, and then I'm gonna call you. And I called, and I said, he did that shit.
Chris, make sure the dash cam. All right.
I'm just, Anyway, those are my thoughts.
That wasn't thoughts. Oh,
Yeah.
that he did that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. Oh, I shouldn't even said that. Why did I repeat it?
Those are my thoughts.
Edit point. No, I'm just playing. So he got locked up, and then
They won't
fired
let
his
him out.
lawyer.
And
No,
fired
he's
his
not.
lawyer.
They won't let him out. That was
Akon.
good. All right, I see you. She back, y'all. It's like,
I would
it's
say-
like she never stopped potting.
I would say that.
What break? All right, I'm sorry.
I would say that Akon should be, but he shouldn't be. So.
Akon should be locked up.
No, I was gonna say that his song should be the title of the episode, but it shouldn't be.
Well, it depends. Let's see how the episode goes. We always got like 20 suggestions for each other.
Fuck
We be
Akon.
texting each other, yo, what you think about? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
What?
Don't. I know what you're about to do. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna tell the story. I'm just saying fuck Akon, and I'm entitled to say that.
Dash cam.
Okay.
Make sure, Chris.
Fuck
Chris,
Akon.
make
Okay.
sure the cam is on her on these moments, please.
If you would like to know how dumb Akon is, please tune in to the latest episode of Hardly Minding My Business.
There you go.
Okay. We can move on now.
Yes. So after Tory got locked up, fired his lawyer.
Yep.
He hired like the super fly, famous lawyer that gets everybody off.
Oh, I can't remember who the biggest client was. They had said
Aaron Hernandez was one of them.
Oof.
It's like all these celebrity cases that, and the lawyer is talking shit, y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but the lawyer is talking big shit. The lawyer's like, oh, I can't believe this. I would have got him off. This never would have happened if I was his lawyer.
I mean,
You seen that stuff?
I've seen that.
He been talking.
Well, here's the thing. So some of the podcasts that I listen to,
Talk about it.
some of the ones that I guess are a little bit more intellectual than I guess I would consider myself, or my pod, for example.
You a smart cookie. You went to Hillman.
Right, exactly. I got my education.
Hey, you know what I mean?
You know, but some of the commentary that I've been hearing from people who are actual lawyers are talking about the fact that his lawyers kind of fumbled the ball.
Yeah, they did a shit job.
So
I think that's pretty obvious.
right. So I think when the new lawyer comes out and grandstands, it's easy to do. It's not, you know.
I just think it's funny because it's like when you get the new boyfriend. And he like, oh, yep, what? That nigga didn't buy you flowers.
Right.
I'd have bought you flowers every day, baby. You be like, nigga, we about to see.
Right. Right.
Oh, every day, huh?
Right. We gonna see.
What's today? When every day starts.
Right. You always gotta ask yourself when every day
You know what
starts.
I'm saying? You're like, I'd have bought you flowers every day, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Because you deserve it. Oh, yeah? When every day starts.
2 months later, I ain't
2
seen
months
I
later,
ain't seen a
I
flower
can't even
since
smell a
the
flower.
second date.
I can't even smell a flower.
I'm trying to wake up and smell the roses.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that new guy be talking big shit. And the girls do it too. Let me not just pick on the dudes. The girls do it too. They be like, she ain't do what? That's crazy. Oh no, baby. I done did that for you all the time. Matter of fact, I suck dick every morning.
Oh my God.
word?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be honest.
Is it morning yet?
I gotta be honest. I've never liked the dude who wanted to know about the last dude or the other dudes.
It gets a little weird.
It's weird. It's like,
I mean, you share stuff, right?
Of course.
You share stuff,
Of
especially
course,
when
and
you
that's
get into
okay.
like the things you're into, and maybe you speak a little. When you're really vulnerable, you speak a little bit about maybe your traumas and
Yeah, of course.
red flags and things. But but why is that a red flag for you? Then you start getting into
You
it.
talk about
because when I was with JD, you know,
Exactly.
he always blah 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 blah. And you go, oh, okay.
Right.
And if you were a smart guy, you'd be taking notes. Well, JD did what? Oh, okay.
That's the and
Always
that's
late for the
totally
pod, huh?
fine. It's
Oh, that's what he did.
that is totally fine for two people to share their past and have conversations about what makes them
But it's
tick
different when
or
they
who-
start, when they come in with the magnifying glass.
when you have somebody in your ear going, but is my dick bigger than his?
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
That's what niggas is doing?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, wait.
That's why I bring that up. I hate that. I think that's so weird.
I feel like you seen the Tracy Morgan
And
gif
I
where he
feel
goes
like
gasp. You know that gif?
no.
Oh, I gotta send you that. There's
I
a
can
gif where
imagine.
if my phone wasn't being used to record, I would so show you.
Yeah.
It's like I'll send it to you later. He goes gasp. It's mad funny. I don't know what it's from because I don't know what shows and stuff, but it's purely from something.
It
he
could
was
be
on.
from 30 Rock. He was on 30 Rock.
Oh, I don't know. TV's your department.
Yeah. And 30
But anyway.
Rock was my show.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was a great
So that's
show.
what niggas is doing
Yeah.
in your ear while being
Yeah.
intimate,
Yeah.
like missionary.
Yeah.
We might have to have you on the Sexual Intellectual podcast as a interviewee.
I would love to talk about it because I've never understood it. It's the weirdest thing. And you'd be surprised how often it comes up.
Like
Rather than
many
not.
people ask that.
I've had multiple men ask
But do
me
they
things
know that
like
the size don't even determine? Let's keep it moving. What else we got?
I
on?
just think some men are just ridiculous. So it's trash. They're trash. But neither here nor there. Or don't I do this better than him? Or stuff like you don't. My thing is if I'm fucking with you now.
But what if the answer is no?
Oh, it's so funny you say that. Okay, we were going completely off on a tangent.
You. But what if the answer's no?
No.
Like, what if the nigga here and he's like, yeah.
I got.
Is his dick big? What's the question? I don't even know the question.
Is my dick bigger than his?
Is my dick bigger than his? He'd be like, nah, he got you by like 5 inches, player.
Well, okay, so all right, and then we could get off this topic.
Oh
I was just listening to the read the other day, and someone wrote into them because they get these. They do listener letters.
Oh, okay.
Someone wrote into them.
It's the 80s.
No, they do letters every week. So
That's interesting.
yeah, they even have these whole mailbag episodes because they get that many people asking them for advice, which is really funny because they're like, we're not therapists, we're just.
But people do that.
We're just so. A woman wrote in and said that she wanted to know. She was curious about whether or not she was the best sex her man has ever had. Right? So what she does is she goes online and does a poll. I guess maybe she did an Instagram poll to all her followers and said and asked specifically, would you be honest if your partner asked you that question?
And people said no.
I don't know what all the responses were, but she said her man responded to it and said he would be honest. So she didn't let sleeping dogs lie, which is what you should. If you are not prepared to hear something, you do not ask. I do not ask questions I don't want the answers to. It's just that simple. If you don't want to know, then don't ask. What does she do?
She asks.
She sees her man. She's like, am I the best sex you've ever had? And
No.
He's like,
no.
But I love having sex with you. And you're the last woman I'm going to have sex with.
Great answers.
And, and he said, sometimes the person you've had the best sex with is, a lot of times it's your most toxic relationships that end up being that way.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
she was dissatisfied. So the reason she was writing in was because she's like, oh my gosh, now I'm insecure. Now I feel like my man doesn't like having sex with me and I don't know what to do. Should I break up with him? And they're like, no, girl, relax. That man wants you.
You see what women do to themselves? And she probably in the group chat saying, oh, he made me so insecure.
No, actually, she said that she didn't want to share. I'm pretty sure she was one of them that said she didn't want to share it with her friends and family. So she...
Probably because she thought they was going to roast that ass.
I just thought that was really interesting because I was like, well, why would you put yourself in that position? Because you know that you are not the first and you're probably not the second, which means... There's a ways to go. You never know what people's experiences are. Hell, your best sex could have been a one night stand for all you know, like for all a person knows. So it's like,
yeah, but
do you
also
want to go down that road?
The best sex doesn't matter in the grand scheme of your relationship.
No, absolutely not.
If you're with someone for the long run and you're trying to really make it work, which his answer says, I mean, unless he was gaming. His answer says he's trying to be with her forever.
Yeah.
If that's the case, the best sex doesn't matter. In fact, now we're gonna really say it, but if you're really working on it and you're really communicating,
it'll get
eventually
better.
she will be the best
Right.
sex.
Exactly.
Because you will communicate and improve and explore together.
Right.
This ain't the sexual intellectual podcast.
I know, I took it to another
It's
place,
fine.
but I was like, oh girl, no, don't.
You should never ask.
As I was listening, I was like, no,
never ask that.
no, please don't ask.
Because you're gonna get your feelings hurt.
Of course.
Because the answer could even be yes, right? Like, let's go back to what you said. Dudes be asking. If the dude asks, hey, is my dick bigger than his? It could be yes.
It could be yes.
But I don't mean the sex is better. It don't mean the head is
relevant.
better. It doesn't mean you're better.
It's not relevant to the situation that you're in right now.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do.
Because even her, if she said, "Baby, am I the best sex you ever had?" and he said yes, it still don't mean she's the best girlfriend. She's the best wife.
No.
She gives the best head. She gives the best hand. I mean, there's levels.
There's levels to
and
it.
categories. I mean, it gets deep.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Well, you could
No, we might
dive
have to have you featured one day.
You
I'll
know,
put that in my notes. We might have to have you jump on as a guest.
Of course. But I don't know. I just thought that was really interesting.
We'll do like a things you should never ask your sexual partner.
Ooh, I love that.
You know what I mean?
I like that a lot, actually.
Right. Is there anything else we have to talk about in music? Because we just took a long
let
time
me
on
see.
that.
Let me see.
I know we have a
Anything
lot
else
on
we
there,
have to...
but some things are like 2 seconds, right?
Yeah. Do we want to talk about... Okay, well, let's start with some good news. Hip hop turned 50.
Hip hop turns 50.
Turns 50.
I think it's
year.
this summer.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I didn't see an exact date, but I do know hip hop turns 50 this year.
This is.
And so this is not an ad. Let me look at the main camera. And we should probably tell our watchers because the listeners won't know. But
we're experimenting with some angles.
We're experimenting with some different cameras and angles and things, trying to give y'all a better visual presentation.
Yep.
So if this one's a little weird, hey, we're trying to do some new stuff, you know. We're trying to take notes and
bear with us.
We're trying to do some new things. So let me look at the main camera and say this is not an ad. They didn't pay us, but man, it would be great if they did. There's a hip hop museum, and they have a lot of different things going on surrounding the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and so there's a lot of cool stuff that you might want to check out. And I know it's in the Bronx. But they also have some things going on in different states, like I guess sister sites. I don't know the full details, but I've seen there's some stuff in Atlanta, some stuff in LA. And so, you know, our viewers and watchers and listeners are from different places, but you should look it up. I believe it's called UGHHM, Underground Hip Hop Museum, I think it's called. That's the name? I'm pretty sure. Anyway, right. You can look it up. Not too many things should come up when you look up Hip Hop Museum. But they have some really cool stuff that they're doing. And it's really cool. A lot of it is surrounding the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So, you know, thank you to the pioneers of hip hop. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Certainly I wouldn't, as an MC and a hip hop fan and all of that good stuff. And so much of who I am is because of hip hop and the hip hop culture, which that's a whole nother conversation, I think. And maybe that's a pod topic, because I think a lot of times people confuse the music with the culture, where hip hop is a culture, not just music.
Of course.
And so, yeah. But anyway, there's a lot of things surrounding the hip hop culture, different exhibits in different cities, but it's all going to be changing this year and all going to be specific to hip hop's 50th anniversary.
That sounds like a pod field trip.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. We bring all the cameras.
Yeah.
Chris will come with us. You know what I'm saying?
He can come.
Chris got to come. He got to hold one of these cameras.
That's true. 'Cause I'm not.
And who's going to edit the whole field trip? Chris.
Yeah.
He got to come.
We gotta set that up. We definitely gotta do it and take some footage for the.
So right now, and it's really exciting to me. I don't know about our listeners and viewers, but they're the current one, and they even have an ad in some of the 14th Street stops on the L train. It's called conscious hip hop, I think, or unconscious hip hop. It's about the underground. It's about the conscious hip hop segment, I guess you could say. It's about conscious hip hop and its contributions to hip hop, especially in the early days.
Okay.
Because, you know, a lot of times in hip hop's early days, it was really what would be labeled as conscious today.
Right.
The party stuff came out later and the mainstream records that broke. But in the early days, like the message, for example, is really about like the things going on and the things that people are feeling and the way that their environment is affecting them. And so that kind of introspective, conscious music is what's really was the beginning of hip hop in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And so they have an exhibit about that right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Cool. Yeah, I'm into that.
So shout out to hip hop. Happy
Shout out to
birthday, hip hop.
you know?
We'll definitely be revisiting that topic.
Of course.
Because we love hip hop. Hip hop's a huge deal to us and our lives.
This pod has been built on
the back of hip hop.
Yeah, it has. So
you want to talk about Papoose since we're on hip hop?
Yeah.
And shout outs?
Papoose was named the head of hip hop at TuneCore.
TuneCore.
It is the largest independent distribution platform for artists.
Yeah. So to get your music as an independent artist, to get your music on the streaming platforms, and at one point to like press up CDs and do different things, they have a lot of different things they do with upsales. Wind. No, I'm just kidding.
Gale.
Right, Gale. Yeah, definitely Gale. TuneCore is a platform that helped a lot of people get their music to more ears. And so it was how you get on the streaming platforms, and it's a distribution platform for independent artists. Anybody could go up there. You could do right now. You could go up there and put up a song for X amount of money, and then they have these different upsales that you can put, press up CDs, press up vinyl, put it on just one website, put it on all the websites, etc. And it's the largest one still today, even though there are tons and tons of competitors. But TuneCore is the largest independent platform for musicians. And we don't know what it means yet, but Papoose has been hired as the head of hip hop.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what the fuck he's gonna be doing there, but I'm excited.
Exactly, but yeah.
I'm excited that he has the position. I'm excited to find out what it is exactly that he'll be doing and what it means for hip hop artists who are going through TuneCore.
Yeah.
So shout out to Papoose.
Shout out to Papoose.
Definitely deserves it. He's been grinding for eons, and it's good to see him winning and shining in that way.
I'm happy for him.
Word.
I'm really happy for him. You know who else we gotta be happy for?
The producer that J. Cole gave a record to?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not even ready for that.
Okay.
But
go ahead. Who else we got?
it's like we heard the song, but anyway.
Dash cam.
we listened to J. Cole's new song, but it was just. Do you remember it?
Yes.
Okay. I was doing other things.
I'm a J. Cole stan, so...
No.
No,
You're not gonna make me look like the bad guy here.
No, there's no bad guy.
I'm
the bad guy for being a stan.
I mean, I'm just saying I was walking around doing other things. I put it on.
I wasn't gonna tell nobody.
But I was paying attention. Yeah, I wasn't really zeroing in.
It's not a hit record. It's an introspective record about things he's been going through, his thoughts, his writer's block, etc. The real thing is the real headline is that he found the beat on YouTube by typing in J. Cole type beat, which the internet has and hip hop has criticized people for doing for many years. And maybe sometimes niggas gotta shut the fuck up because now J. Cole wrote to some shit that said J. Cole type beat. He says it was the first beat that popped up when he searched it on YouTube. And he liked it and wrote to it. And so he sent it to the producer and said, thank you. I mean, y'all probably saw it. He posted a letter.
Yeah, it was.
And it was very warm, very heartfelt.
Yeah.
And he said, this should live on your YouTube channel. And so that's the only place you can hear it.
Yeah.
And so the producer's name is Batman, but it's not an A, it's like a V or something like that, I think.
Something like that.
I think it's a V. I think it's BV. What the fuck?
And we are back.
Oh, man. Yo!
After that very traumatic experience. Do you want to say what was important to you when the fire alarm went off?
All right, y'all. So this is the best pod I've ever recorded in my life.
I honestly wish I would have been videotaping you react to the fire alarm. I mean, I know I jumped out of my skin, but you, on the I go run and grab my keys, my coat, I slip my feet into my boots, and I grab my scarf. And I turn around because I'm like, we're ready to leave. And I don't see you, and I come back this way, and you are fiddling with the computer. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And you're like, I gotta get the stuff for the pod. I gotta get the equipment. So we waited I waited like an idiot, really, because I should have just left his ass.
How long you waited?
An additional 5 minutes.
It took me 5 minutes.
It took you 5 minutes.
It did not take me 5 minutes.
It took you five minutes.
See, now I wish we was recording so they could see that it didn't take me 5 minutes.
I'm looking out the peephole because I'm like, are people I even went to the door and spoke to my neighbors and was like, this is real, right? Everybody said, yeah, this is real. Okay. I come back to you, I'm like, you're like, it's not a drill. I'm like, no, it's whatever time at night. Like,
I don't know.
No, it's not a drill. They would have told us if we were having a drill. They did not.
I don't live in a fly place like you. My place, we don't got this fly, multi-unit, everybody's system is linked situation. In the place I live, if you took down your little fire alarm, then you'll never know if there's a fire. That's it. So when that shit went off, I'm like, oh, what's going on?
It ringed.
It was loud as fuck. Yeah, so I'm like, what's going on? And I can hear it echoing from the window.
It's a very jarring sound. It's not the first time that's happened.
Right, so I'm like, what's going on? This fake? What's happening here?
You're like,
You're like, no, nigga, let's go.
And I'm like, come on, let's go. Again, I am in my coat and my boots, and I am ready. I know that it's freezing outside.
Not me.
He didn't even try to put on his coat first.
Nope.
He was like, I'm packing up all the equipment, got his backpack on.
Sure did. Fuck that. If the building's gonna go, my equipment will not go with it. Fuck that. I don't live here. Like I said in our video we'll post later on the socials. If y'all want to see a live from the scene video, boy, y'all better check out the social medias because we're gonna post that shit mad times. I'm gonna repost it on all my accounts. Y'all don't even understand.
This is ridiculous.
This is the shit. Let me tell y'all, we don't even got a pod no more as far as I'm concerned. To me, this is the best episode of Let's Have a Real Conversation ever. This is the best pod I ever recorded. Let me look at all the cams. Yo, let me tell y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Best shit ever, okay? So, yeah, we were scared, but I'm not going to lie. Even though I was scared.
You going to look at the dash cam?
The dash cam? Even though I was scared.
Ridiculous. Oh, you were scared?
Yeah.
You could have fooled me.
Well, cooler heads prevail. And so...
I was fine.
You was out. You ain't grab shit but your phone and your coat.
Because...
Which is what you're supposed to do.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
show you
I was
some
just
bail.
about to say, have you ever gone to fire safety?
You are supposed to grab your coat and get the fuck out. They don't even want you going back for your phone.
No.
I came back for everything.
I mean, my phone was in my hand
because
we were
like
potting.
I said, y'all gonna see it on the socials. That's at LHRC Pod. Again, that's at LHRC Pod.
There were 3 fire trucks.
3 fire trucks. Y'all gonna see the video. But listen, I don't live here. It's not. You see this couch? It's not brown. If you follow me, you know this ain't my crib. I don't have this plant. I don't have lamps.
This plant is not even
This
real.
ain't my place. But I'm just letting y'all know I don't live here. So she may have renter's insurance. Maybe they'll cover everything if the building blows up. I don't know. Or maybe she won't have to pay rent for a year so they can replace all her shit. I don't know. But what I do know is I don't live here. And most of what I do
You're
depends
not
on
covered?
all of this equipment. And so, yeah, I grabbed all my shit. Yeah.
And you moved so slow. You were so... I'm looking at you like, okay, are you ready? You got everything? You ready to go? And you were like, yeah, it's just I need to put on my coat. And you're like...
That's because she was scared. I wasn't moving that slow. You know what they say when you scared?
No.
Like time slows down? That's what happened to her. Me, I'm like, yeah, that's all fine, but I'm grabbing
You
my
were full of shit.
I'm being serious. I was
Okay.
scared. But I'm grabbing my shit even though
No,
I'm
I'm not
scared.
saying you're full of shit because you were scared. I'm saying, when time slows down.
People say that all the time.
I'm sure people say that, but you were actually moving in slow motion.
Alright, no problem. Listen, best pod ever. Couldn't have made this shit up. We couldn't have scripted this.
You know, listen, J. Cole, sorry to that man.
I don't even, is that what we were talking about?
I think that's what we were talking about, but we gonna
Listen,
move on.
J. Cole gave the song to a producer.
We
I don't even
did it
know.
already. We did it already. We can move on.
Keep going.
The last thing we had was
For music.
for music was
Oh, man.
I was actually gonna give a shout out to Drink Champs, and you gave it to J. Cole.
Oh,
But
my bad.
Drink Champs signed a deal for an audio deal with Warner Music.
And so Nori even said when he
Uh-huh.
went on JBP, the Joe Budden podcast, that Drink Champs is now also a record label.
Hey.
And so they will be releasing albums,
Okay.
podcasts, albums, something like that.
I mean, good for him. Good for Nori. And good for the whole team over there. You know, and listen, I think it's really inspiring. We both do podcast. I mean, we do this podcast, but we both have other podcasts that we do.
We do.
And I think it's really inspiring when you see people, you know, growing in this space and, you know,
And
being
Nori is killing it.
respected for what they're doing. So,
Absolutely.
I
He also
appreciate it
cleared
very
up
much.
his video deal.
okay.
He said he does have 3 video deals.
Okay.
He has 3 deals for the video, but he said no, all his content he owns.
Okay.
He said none of his 4 deals has he signed over any of the IP. He
Good.
still owns 100%, or they still own 100% of Drink Champs, and it's like licensing deals basically. So
Okay.
he's
That's
got
great.
Mass Appeal,
Mm-hmm.
Revolt, and Tidal for video, and now he signed audio with Warner.
That's amazing.
What a guy.
That's amazing.
Nori,
Doing big things. Good for you, Nori.
I aspire to be like Nori.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. We're gonna do some movies and TV today. You know, since we said
We
we're
are
gonna
expanding.
we're gonna shake things up. We're
Shake
gonna
it.
expand
Shake
a little
it.
bit.
Shake it.
So you gotta be kidding me.
All right, we're back. Like an hour later, the alarm went off a second time. We had to stand out there in the cold. Shout out to my co-host. Hooked us up with some hot chocolate. Whipped it
Homemade
up real
chocolate.
quick.
Homemade,
You know what I'm saying?
not Swiss Miss.
Dash with the skills. You know what I'm saying? So we're here. Hot cocoa on deck because it is brick outside.
Ooh, cold.
And we was out
Burr.
there. We was out there again.
Burr.
Ridiculous. So,
Some good hot chocolate, right?
some good hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Muy bueno. So, yeah, they don't want us to be great. So we're gonna make this quick because it's been a long day for us.
Yeah.
I know this pod is probably shorter than we expected and y'all expected, but 2 fire alarms later and hours of recording and setting up and taking down and putting back, it's a lot, and I'll be honest, I don't have all night. I have to go to work. I have shit to do, and yeah, I already told y'all I'm not home, so
Right.
that part, like they say.
Yeah.
So
And I've got
we're gonna
things
talk
to
a
do
little
in the
bit
morning.
about. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I have things to do in the morning. I mean, this is, you know, we've been doing this a while.
This is true.
You're right. Yep.
Yes. Long time. So yeah. So we were gonna talk about the Oscars, but like I said, lots of crazy shit happening here. So we're gonna change it up. We're just gonna talk about one of the things from the Oscars, and what we'll do is after the Oscars happen, we'll cover the Oscars in their entirety, or the parts we care about anyway.
Parts we care about, yeah.
Cause some of that shit, we don't give a fuck. So
I'm rooting for everybody black.
say it again. You know what I'm saying?
Rooting for everybody black.
Holler. So yeah, that is what's going on. Now, speaking of rooting for everybody black, something that's very disappointing about the Oscars, we have discussed this off pod,
Yeah.
is that Viola Davis was not nominated at all.
For Woman King. Or anything of or relating to Woman King
Right.
was not nominated. Which is, I don't know how you speak about the 2022 movie season without speaking about Woman King.
Yeah.
I don't know how that, I don't know. Is it that they thought that it would compete with Wakanda Forever? I'm just speculating. I'm not. I know you don't have.
I have no guess.
I know you don't have the
I have no
answers.
information. I'm just appalled because I said it on here. I saw Woman King like 4 times.
Woman King was a phenomenal movie.
And I'm gonna be buying it soon. I mean, it's just something I'm gonna be watching.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal movie.
And as a
Okay.
I didn't know how to say this, but I don't want to step on my glasses. I forgot they're on the floor. As a straight black man, it was great seeing all these beautiful, half-naked, powerful black women. The whole
Badass black women.
Badass black women fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Yes, alarm. I know. I'm trying to wrap up the pod. My alarm is like, nigga.
Time to go.
It's time to go.
Time to get up out of here.
But yeah, on a serious note, it was great just seeing that, and then I don't know if I speak about my daughter much on this pod, but I have a daughter, and being able to show her that image of powerful black women, and no, it's not a doc, so it's a little different than some people have made it seem, but it doesn't matter, being able to show my daughter, who's a person of color, a melanated child, these visuals of women in these positions and women being so strong, both emotionally and physically, that was a beautiful thing. And I think it's a shame that that's not being honored, acknowledged, really anything.
It's just bizarre, is what it is. It was such a huge release.
You wanna speak a little louder for the mic?
It was. I'm tired. It was such a huge release, and it was. I don't understand. I just don't get. I'm still in shock because, like you said, and Viola Davis speaks about this, or spoke about this when she was doing her press run, about how unique the story is because of the fact that it's not something we're used to seeing. Where I really do believe that they probably were just like, well, we gonna, if we give them one, we're not gonna give them the other one.
Yeah, because what other reason is there?
It doesn't make any sense.
There were not a lot
me.
of big movies as far as impact in 2022.
Right.
So I would think, being that you are supposed to be the film awards, the movie awards, that the films that are impactful would be the ones that are nominated, but
I mean,
not Woman King?
it just doesn't make sense.
I wonder, is it because she was killing white men?
Oh, that could be it.
Remember the end of the movie?
That could be it.
Just chopping them white boys up.
That could be it. I mean, the whole.
Well, not even she. They, because the whole squad was just like.
I mean, and they deserved.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't know. I think that we have a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to these sorts of things. I think that while maybe we've moved the needle a little bit, slightly, I think we still have a long way to go when it comes to this stuff. So I'm saying I'm shocked, but am I? Because this is kind of what you do, right? Like, this is kind of what the media does. Like, it's a full cast of black women, you know, and John Boyega, of course.
And John Boyega. Yo, his interviews about that shit is so funny.
Oh yeah,
he's like, this was the best role.
He's like, I was around black women.
I just showed
all
up and
day.
I just showed up. He's like, my hardest job was picking a role.
Right.
It's like, wow.
He was like, I was just standing there, and there were just women everywhere.
Beautiful black women everywhere. He's like, I was just enjoying the view and sitting on the throne with my robe.
Yeah, they gave me a couple of words. I said that.
And I said those words.
But it's so bizarre. But I think you're onto something, and I there is a very clear picture in the movie of the struggle between this tribe of black people and white men who try to own people, right? Or did. And
don't get me wrong, if we're being real, that tribe was guilty of the same thing.
They were.
Because they were capturing men from other tribes.
Right.
So the people in the other tribes were kidnapping their young women, and then the soldiers, who are also women, were going and freeing those women, kidnapping those men, and then selling them off as slaves.
Right. Exactly.
So they were
involved in the slave trade. They were not, but
until the end of the movie.
Right. But I guess I'm making
mad spoilers, but you should have been seen Woman
Exactly.
King by now. So if you didn't, that's for your fault.
Exactly. But I guess the distinction that I'm trying to make is that there is a large section of our world that doesn't want to see any of that.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's very easy to make that connection that, you know, I don't know how they do it. I would love to know, like, what the vetting process is. Like, do they send them a copy of movies that are for consideration? Do they just send them a ballot and they put it in? Do they have, like, this big meeting? And then I just wonder how it's done, because I could totally see people seeing that movie and being like, oh, this is cool. These are some badass women. And yeah, to your point, getting to the end of it and being like, oh,
right.
They did that to us, not even considering the bigger picture. So I don't know. I'm sad about it for her and for the whole cast, because they killed it. Like,
I mean, I didn't expect them to win. Let's be honest. I did not think they were gonna let Viola Davis or that cast win any of the awards for that movie. But to not even be nominated is crazy. And wasn't Babylon nominated for some shit and it just came out?
Yeah, but I think
nobody saw that film?
I think the cutoff is somewhere within the new year, isn't it?
I mean, it came out last year, but I'm just why? That movie came out in December or late November.
Well, they sent it out to be considered. So
well,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's interesting to me that a movie that just came out had no impact, because no one's talking about Babylon. And me, a movie head, I haven't seen it because it's 3 hours and 9 minutes.
I love the way you
or 12 minutes, some shit.
Is that
Babylon? Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt.
Okay, that's
Tobey
what I was.
Maguire. It's got all the cast.
Right, I thought it was.
All the actors.
I was thinking specifically Brad Pitt. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I was gonna see Babylon until I saw that it was over 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'm like,
why? I am kind of curious about it.
Why?
But again, like, is Brad Pitt and
So what?
and the rest of the squad, and
So
they're white.
it's whack.
Of course, it's whack, but
It's whack. I don't understand how that happens. I mean, you said it, they're white, but I just think it's weird because they put their foot in that movie's ass, Woman King, and so for it not to be nominated is really a shame.
and the Menu is nominated.
Are you kidding?
No.
Thank you for joining us. This has been Let's Have a Real Conversation on Fire.
This was a lovely return back to the podcast. We'll do more of, we
Wait, can I say something to the viewers since we're covering film and stuff?
Yes. Are you gonna talk
Do
about the
not
weird
watch.
movie? I knew it. I knew it was coming.
The movie was so whack.
Okay, tell them what it is.
What the fuck is the name of this whack ass movie I saw? I've erased it from my mind already.
Infinity Pool?
Thank you, because I was telling you how terrible it was.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Infinity Pool. Don't watch it. It's terrible. I thought it was gonna be like some Purge type shit based on the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer whammied us. They fooled us. It ain't nothing like Purge. It's super weird, and I like weird, but this wasn't good. It was like they said, we're gonna take a bunch of weird shit and try to make it what we think is cool visually. It wasn't cool visually. And we'll just throw enough weirdness together that people will like it and find it intriguing and entertaining. It wasn't. And then it was like 2 hours. If you're gonna do some shit like that, do it old school style. Make it short and sweet. Make it like 1 hour and 39 minutes and call it a day.
39 seems long.
There was this really, is this strobe light? What's the thing with like the light effects? Where they give you like the warning for seizures and stuff, which came up in the beginning of the movie, by the way.
I guess it would be strobe.
Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Shit is like
they're flashing lights.
flashing, right? Flashing lights.
Lights.
That shit. There's like a 5-minute long orgy scene, and normally that sounds like, oh, 5-minute orgy? I'm going to see it twice. Don't watch this shit. The 5-minute orgy is probably the weirdest part of the film because they made it where the guy's like hallucinating. Mad spoiler alerts. I don't want y'all to watch it, so I'm spoiling the fuck out of it. Don't watch Infinity Pool.
All right.
The shit is not good. The orgy, which you think would be like, man, this is hot. 6 people fucking? That sounds amazing to watch in the theaters. How is this even allowed in the theaters? Because they use the strobe light shit, and so it keeps being like these weird flashing images. It's not good. It's weird as hell.
I believe you.
It's not, and I like sexual stuff. I was like, oh, we about to see an orgy? Okay, put the popcorn down and see what we about to do here. I was like, what is this? And then the part that was the longest was like everyone worshiping the ringleader, so to speak. It was weird. It was like 4 people lined up here, or whatever, 6, so 7
you
if
really
you count
telling
her.
the movie, huh?
Yeah, well, that's the longest part of the 5-minute orgy scene. She's like strutting through them in slow motion.
And are they like trying to grab at her?
No, but they're like dead ass bowed at her feet and like worship style.
Oh, okay.
And that's fine, but why was that the part that we saw clearly with the least strobe light effect in slow motion with a cool blue light? Yo, shit weird and whack. Don't
Alright.
watch it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't watch it.
Don't. I haven't seen it, but.
And you don't need to. No one needs to.
Oh, I don't plan to.
No
After you
one
gave
needs
me
to.
your review, I was like, I don't.
No
know
one
this,
needs
but-
to. We could probably, Chris, you can make this a segment. And
no one needs to.
no one needs to. No, we just call it JD's Infinity Pool Review. Let them know.
Okay.
All 2 minutes of that.
Yes, we will make sure that people
Know not to watch it.
people know not to watch it.
Don't watch it, especially not in theaters. If you bored and home and got a Fire Stick, that's your business. But don't go watch that shit.
Okay. Well, okay. What about, have you seen anything lately? This will be our last thing and then we'll go.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Me too.
Have you seen anything lately that people should watch?
A Man Called Otto,
Okay.
or The Man Called Otto, whatever. It's Tom Hanks as a grumpy old man, and the trailer looks really funny. But it's not just funny. It's a really good film and emotional. I ain't know that shit. I was in there crying like a baby. I got no problem telling y'all, because the shit caught me way off guard. I was laughing at Tom Hanks yelling at everybody, and then the shit took a turn, and I was like, oh, no, what's happening? And the tears were just coming down. I was like, oh, no, I wasn't ready for this. It was wild. It's a good movie. And Tom Hanks' son is in it. I didn't know that.
Chet?
No, I don't
Oh.
think it's Chet. I didn't even know he had another son, but it ain't Chet because there was no dreadlocks, no accent.
Well, you know, Chet be switching it up.
Then maybe it's Chet, but I don't think so. I don't know how many kids Tom Hanks has or doesn't have, but it's a great film.
Did he have a black scent?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just checking.
No.
I'm just checking. Okay.
But yeah, A Man Called Otto or The Man Called
Otto.
Otto, whatever. Tom Hanks, grumpy old man. Look up the trailer,
Right,
search it
okay.
up. Good film. That was really good.
That's why I have
Just bring the Kleenexes with you because totally caught me off. Because the trailer doesn't look like it's gonna be emotional.
Yeah, I saw the trailer a couple days ago.
It looks like it's just some funny grumpy old man shit.
Yeah.
But then when you see it, it's like, oh, this is why you're grumpy. Oh, this is why you're angry. And it's nuts.
Wow.
But it is funny too. It's a great film because it's layered. It's like funny,
Okay.
it's sad, it's emotional, it's cute.
Okay.
All of the things, like you like to say.
I dig it. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I've seen recently that I want to pass along to anybody.
Yeah, what's hot on TV?
It's hot on
Real
TV.
quick.
Abbott Elementary. Abbott
Elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary.
Abbott Elementary. I'll talk about that real quick. I mean,
They're winning awards and shit.
They're winning awards and
They're
shit.
the ones that did. You never heard of Joe Budden?
Yes, they did. Yeah, one of the teachers on the show decides to
I saw
start
the
a
scene.
podcast.
He's like, I'm studying all the greats. And he's like, oh, this person. He's like, who? This other person. Who? It's like, you mean Joe Budden? It's like, what? Who's that? It's like, you never heard of Joe Budden?
Oh yeah, because he goes, he's the podfather, and the boy was like, oh, you mean Joe Budden? And he was like, who's Joe
Well,
Budden?
first he was listing people he was like
Right.
studying and
But
admiring.
right,
And then
he
the
called
kids are
one
like,
of them
who the fuck are you
Podfather.
talking about? Right, he's like, the Podfather? He's like, oh, Joe Budden? He's
Yeah.
like, who? He's like, you never heard of Joe Budden?
Yeah, I saw the episode. It was actually, it was funny. Which Abbott Elementary is a very funny show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love sitcoms these days, but it's a really good show. It's very funny. Everybody on it is funny. The principal is crazy and wacky and doesn't do her job. And then you have the Quinta Brunson's character, who is the teacher who like cares about everything, and everything is teddy bears and rainbows for her.
Okay.
Then you have the older black teacher that has just been there for a million years and is stuck in her ways, Shirley Ralph, who has been winning awards for it. I forget her name, but there's another teacher who's like from, I don't know, from the south side of Philly, and so she's like the no nonsense. I think she's a second grade teacher, but she's the no nonsense second grade
Love
teacher.
it.
She's competitive as hell. So anytime there's like a readathon or something like that, she's always trying to get her class to be the winners. It's just a really cool show. Tyler James Williams is in it as well, which I actually watched a movie with him in it. I'm still trying to decide if I liked it. It was a Netflix movie, but it's a really cool show. It's really funny. It's an easy watch. It's in its second season. I feel like it's gonna end soon because I feel like it's been on.
Oh, speaking
for
of second
a
seasons,
little while.
Bel Air's coming back, I saw.
Bel Air is coming back in a few weeks,
you're
February 23rd. It was
Oh, that's like right there.
It was a good first season. Also, Harlem, which is basically like a black girl Harlem version of Sex and the City that came out last year on Amazon Prime. Started back today, February 3rd.
Never heard of it.
It's a good show. It's a good show. I enjoyed it. It's about 4 black women and, you know, the things they go through when they all live in
so Sex and the
Harlem.
City.
That's what it is.
They took the blueprint.
Yes,
Got it.
they did. And it works. Megan Good is the star of it, and then there are 3 other black women on the cast as well. Technically 4, I think. But yeah, that's back. I'm really excited to see where second season takes us.
Sweet.
But yeah, that's what I'm, you know,
That's the latest and the
that's
greatest.
what's going on with TV right now. But I would say definitely for any palette, check out Abbott Elementary, because I think it doesn't matter like if you're the person who's like the thrill seeker, or you like horror, or you like what, I mean, you're not gonna get that there, but I just feel like it's one of those shows that's
Well-rounded.
it's transcendent. Like everybody can enjoy that. So
Got you. All right, folks. This has been a very long episode for us.
whew.
But we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here and being here with us this whole time.
Please
and
do
shout
come
out to
back.
y'all because as of next pod, which is next week, because we coming right back for real this time. And Super Bowl Sunday is our 1 year anniversary.
Our podiversary.
Our podiversary. So we'll be back with Super Bowl halftime show recaps and reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grammys are coming too.
The Grammys are
This Sunday, right?
this Sunday, 2 days
So we'll
from
talk
now.
about the Grammys.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Maybe some more fly shit. We will not talk about Infinity Pool.
Never again.
Ever
Never
again.
again.
And that's it. So we're out of here. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, we out. Later, y'all.